My name is Farida Rokadia. I used to live in this house at one time. This is a house we first moved into at partition, but it was one of the first houses my family, the bigger family bought, and so there was 3 families living in this house. Where I'm sitting just now used to be the rooms that belonged to my father's sister Aisha. And she had this one room, and we had the kitchen and all on the other side. Where I'm sitting, there was a wall, and my family lived on the other side of the wall. And we had 3 bedrooms, living, dining, and a big open space outside where the kitchen and the bathrooms and all were. One of the rooms we had was for the children, one of the rooms was for my parents, and one room we kept as a guest room because we used to have a director of the companies from East Pakistan, Mr. Ismail, always to come and live with us. So we lived here not straight after partition. When he came back after partition, the whole family lived in the little office of Chudriga Road. And then we started buying houses. This was one of the first houses bought. And then my grandmother bought another one for herself. And her brothers bought a house. Her other 2 sons bought a house. So family basically, but all lived in this Jamshed Quarter area. We lived here till 1958 in this area. And when we bought land past the jail, which is now became Dawood Colony, and everybody moved there. But till then we lived in this house. So I think we lived in this part of the house for about a year and a half or 2 years, and then we moved into a house straight down the street, which is about 5 houses down the street there. Upstairs, my other aunt, my father's older sister's son, used to live upstairs, so they lived there all the time till they moved in 1958. Both my aunts, these people all lived till 1958. We left the house, and this went to my aunt living here, then took over the whole of the house, the downstairs. But it was a very nice house, and it was, I'm surprised it's lasted this long. But it has gone through many renovations. See, after everybody moved out, it became a school. We had English classes here. We've had sewing classes here. We've all taught here as well. And so, it's all been in the family, but been used by the family for other purposes as well. But what it's happened to it now is amazing. I think it's such a wonderful idea to bring this house back to life again, and to think about it as a place that people actually visited and lived in. You go to a lot of places where people have left, and the houses sort of die off, and this hasn't died. It's sort of been brought back to life again, and I really appreciate that. That wall there was a door, and you went outside, and it was a square thing like this, and you had the bathroom, the shower room, and the kitchen, and you had this was sort of open space where people just use it either to store things or whatever. But it was constantly in use. On the other side, where we had a bigger open space. We had a little square box basically made with a tap, and that's where we had to shower, okay? There's actually a photograph of me taking a shower that when I was 5 years old, and that nobody's going to see that one. But it did take place. I did have one. But that's where it was. The kitchen was that side. Everything, all these homes were made where you had your living areas, and then on the other side was all your bathrooms and kitchens and storage and whatever you wanted was all on that side. We were living here when Qaid Azam died. My first memory is living at my grandmother's house, which is down the road. And my uncle came home, and he was crying. He said, "He's gone, he's gone, he's gone." And we couldn't understand what he was talking about. And then we found out that she was talking that Qaid Azam had died. And my first memory is the procession. They came to bury him. The whole of Karachi came to bury him. So, the whole lot of people coming and burying him. That is my first expression. But we were living here at that time. After that, we moved. Now, the Queen came, a lot of people came. The Shah came, and, Jackie Kennedy came. Everybody came. But Pakistan in those days was very different from what it is now. I lived here 70 years ago. I'm 75 now, so I was 5 years old when I lived here. So it was 70 years ago. I don't remember too much about the actual living here. I much remember my other house more than that. But I've been out of Pakistan 45 years, so it just depends. But I love it. I mean, I'm very happy with this house. I'm very happy to see what's happened to it. We played a game which when I tell my children they think I'm stupid. But we used to play bones and ball. Have you ever played bones and balls? Anybody? You haven't? You're missing something. There's a specific bone in the sheep's body, and it has four different sides. There's a hole on one side. The other side is sort of rounded on top. This side is flat, and this side has a snake. So we used to play with that. So you played one snake, say 4 snakes and everything. We used to play this with 4 bones and a ball, and that's what we played. And my children think I'm a cannibal for playing with animal bones, but we did. But you know, this was pretty. We used to paint them and dry them and paint them and everything, and then play with them. I found one the other day in my food. I have dried it, and I'm keeping it, take it to my children to show it to them. We did that. We played Kho-Kho. I don't know whether you play with Kho-Kho anymore. We played 7 tiles. We played things with a ball against the wall. This wall, outside, a lot of it. And then, you know, we didn't have electronics, no TV, and we didn't. We played with little things, very small things. I mean, things you could pick up, you know, 4 stones and you pick up and you make tiles or whatever. But it was all a lot of fun. We never missed anything. And we loved cricket. Those days were heaven, okay? I mean, I'm so sad that my children will never get to see those days. You know, the simple days. Now everything is too electronic, too techy, too everything. But again, I got to give technology its due, because if I didn't have technology, I wouldn't be in contact with my children all the time. So we got to produce. But that was a really good life. And I'm actually very sorry that Pakistan lost that. That simplicity, that good feeling, that, you know, this Dawood Foundation that is built, this is actually started by my father, one of the main people behind it. And I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, it was originally started as a means of scholarships for Maiman boys to go to college abroad and things like that. And sadly, nationalization and all these things took over the college, Dawood College of Engineering and everything. So it sort of put a stop to everything, and I'm glad that it's all coming back again now. And it's thanks to Sabrina, definitely. She works very hard at it.